Good morning. This is Dr. Otachi Orina. I'm an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. Today I want us to talk about digital privacy and data protection in Kenya in accordance with the Constitution. Most of you have reached out and said, do we have a legal regime or a legal framework that ensures that our online privacy and data is protected? Yes. First, the Constitution of Kenya 2010 establishes privacy under Article 31 to guarantee that privacy, which includes the protection from unnecessary collection, use, and disclosure of personal information. So pursuant to that Article 31 of the Constitution and other various articles under the Constitution, we now have the Data Protection Act of 2019, also known as CAP 411C, which has also been able to now operationalize Article 31 by indicating the procedures and the framework upon which personal data can be protected and you can achieve online privacy. Of course, the Data Protection Act establishes the rights of citizens. For example, the right to be informed when your data is being used or collected. It also reflects how you can access or how you can process requests through the internal frameworks such as a data processor and a data controller. So it allows and provides a mechanism for access to that information. Fundamentally, because most of us also say, what if the information that is held by a certain entity about me is erroneous? It provides, the Data Protection Act provides for rectification and erasure of incorrect or outdated data. And then you can also object. You have the right to object. You can refuse processing of your data for marketing or profiling. Actually, I've seen very many cases where people go to court and say, my picture or my personal information is being used for marketing purposes, which I did not allow or grant. Then it also grants individuals the right to portability, data portability, what we say, that you can be able to transfer the data from one service provider to another. So under the Data Protection Act, that broad framework or regime further establishes obligations for organizations that collect personal data. For example, they need to be registered with the Office of the Data Protection Commissioner or the ODPC. They must be able to conduct lawful processing of this data. And that lawful processing basically means that it must be fair, the process must be fair, there must be consent, and data should only be used for the specified purpose, not any other purpose. So if you go to a school and you are asked for your ID, it should only be used for academic purposes. If you go to an office and you are allowed to leave your ID number at the reception, it should only be used for that particular purpose, of just for your identity. Then the Data Protection Act also provides for security safeguards, requiring institutions to be able to implement measures to prevent unauthorized access, loss, and misuse of data. And then it also provides for the breach, and in case there is any breach of your rights, you can always report to the Office of the Data Protection Commissioner. So today, under the right to privacy and how you can protect yourself online, you have the Constitution of Kenya, you have the Data Protection Act under the obligations for institutions above, and basically how this data can be processed in a practical way to ensure that you are safe online. So be careful, know the law. Thank you.